This is Shalimar Steinberg, and these are the instructions for our layers assignment. So the first thing that you're going to do is, under the assignment, you'll find this Word doc. You'll also find a link to this ps-a blank.dwg file. This is the black copy of the title block that you're going to download. Your first step is going to be to save as and name the file correctly. And then you're going to create 3 layers as shown below, and all the items here should match. So you're going to be creating PS border, PS text, and viewports. And you're going to have them be white, blue, and magenta. They're all going to be continuous line type, and the PS-border is going to be the one that is the heavier line weight. And then you will move the parts of your title block onto their appropriate layers, and double click into each of the text pieces here to change them to the updated information. So I'm going to give a basic demonstration by helping create the first layer. And got it here. And so this is my paper space with the title block, and you can see it's all still black and it's all still on the 0 layer. So I'm going to go to the layer properties, and I'm going to go to this little button here, which is, again, if you hover over it, the new layers. And I'm going to name that first one PS border. And I'm going to go ahead and leave that one white, so it will show up as black in the paperspace printout. I'm going to leave it continuous. I am going to change that one over to my 3.30 line thickness, so it'll be a little darker. I'm also going to create another layer, and it will be based off of that last one that I did. And so I'm going to name this one PS text, and I'm going to change the color to blue and continuous, and then I'm going to change the line weight back to default, so it's a thinner line. And then the final one that I'm going to create is going to be my viewport layer. And this one I'm going to have magenta. And I just chose these colors. In regular drafting, you'll have colors that you kind of typically use for your workplace. A lot of times your boss may have procedures on which ones they want you to do. I'm going to leave this continuous and default. But for the purposes of this assignment, I want everybody's to be the same. So now I can go ahead and close the layer manager. And if I look at the drop down here, I can see that all those layers are available to me. So when I want to move something to a layer, for example, my viewport, I can hover over it. And if I hover long enough, it will tell me what it's called, so I can see that, yes, it is my viewport object. And I can go ahead and click on it to select it. And then I want to go to my drop-downs, and I want to say, okay, I want that on the viewport layer. I do not want to click on the words or the text, because that's going to take me back into changing those. I want to click on the empty space next to them. So I'm going to click on that, and you can see that now my viewport is on that layer. And when I hover over it, it tells me layer is now viewport instead of 0. So I'm going to do that for each of my other objects. So the border is going to include this outside rectangle and the inside lines here. And then my text is going to include the small text here for description and the larger text that I'll be editing. And those are going to get moved onto the text layer. And then once I'm done with that, I will just double click into them each and edit them. So for example, here I would say Steinberg layer.dwg, and that would give me the correct name, and then I would put my name, Shalimar Steinberg, as the drafter. And when you edit a text and you click out of it, it will still be in the edit text command. As you can see, it's attached to my cursor. So I can go ahead and just directly click on the next one, and it will highlight that box for me to edit. If you are trying to select something to edit, and what you're getting is this instead, where you're seeing the blue box, that just means that you clicked on it once and selected it instead of double clicking to get into it to enter. And when you do the double click, you have to be right over one of the lines of that. So I can go like this, and then it opens the actual box for editing. And then you're going to go ahead and just save it and submit it on Moodle.